Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Mr. Ronan and today we'll be continuing our playthrough of Pharaoh and Cleopatra. Today we'll be continuing with the 6th mission of the game, Timna. As always, I'll be playing the release from GOG and we'll be using the widescreen mod. Links in the description below for the GOG game page and for the mod. Just a reminder, we'll be skipping any cinematics, since this aspect ratio and resolution is not updated as part of the widescreen mod. We'll also be skipping through the voice intro of the level. If you liked the video, remember to hit that like button. If you loved it, remember to subscribe. Alright, let's get right into it. So, we're going to be continuing on our playthrough of the existing family. Just like the previous games, I've already prepared the save files. So, first we're going to pause the game. And we're going to plan out a little bit and see what we got here. So, we have some food sources here. We have a relatively small area of available water. Another area over here. And we've got gold deposits. So that means we have gold, copper, and gemstones. So gemstones can't be mined next to these. They can only be mined next to normal rock instead of ore-bearing rock. We also have some ore-bearing rock over here and some normal rock. And some ore-bearing rock and normal rock over here. Unfortunately, the stuff on this side is so close to the edge of the map that we can't really take advantage of it. So, let's see what our goals are. 2,000 population, 15 prosperity, and 70 rating. Alright. So, on this level, we gain extra kingdom rating by selling things and by fulfilling the wishes of Pharaoh. And we gain prosperity by selling things having positive monetary income. So let's see what our thing is for this level. Soldiers and forts. So recruiters make soldiers, soldiers man forts. Forts can be infantry. Some of them, the infantry need copper weapons, and the archers just bring their own stuff. Alright. So the first thing we want to do is prep some income generation. So unpause, delete that whole section. Go under here. And slow the game way down while we plan out, because you can't build while you're paused. So we're definitely going to want copper mines. There are a lot of requests that come up in this game for copper mines. That was a misplace. Whoopsie. Alright. That's going to take a second to fade. Alright, so this is probably the most reasonable layout. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is make sure this is only accepting copper and gems. Gems up to a quarter of the yard for now. Once we get more population, we can build a second storage yard here and eliminate the gems. Okay, so we are going to need something like that. In this particular area, I don't have intentions of them ever growing large enough to need to be the 4 block. So I'm just going to separate them so I can build them all at once. We're also going to stick down a booth, juggler school, and the maintenance buildings. Then we'll speed the game back up again, and we'll get going from there. Okay, so we need a palace for that. So that should be enough to cover that. We might have to build a few more. Now, down here, we're going to want to create some hunting lodges. Granary. Use space for another granary. 2, 3. So... Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to construct the festival square. Get rid of that extra road. For now, we're going to get rid of that extra road. And we're going to start off at this end with a water supply because we could just barely make it. Then up here, we're going to start the people. That's probably good. So if your houses are too far away from roads, they disintegrate, so the plots disappear. I'm going to create 2 sets of these, just to kind of help with the coverage. Alright, so that place is on fire, but the fire person is hopefully taking care of it eventually. Alright, so we'll go back to having 2 of those. It's going to stick down a temple in both areas. Take a look at how our employment's doing. So we have 11 unemployed people. Let's prioritize infrastructure, entertainment, religion, food. Okay, then we are going to find the person that buys copper. And we're going to sell anything above 600. That should leave us enough that if we get any requests, we can deal with them. I'm also going to slap a roadblock down here, which should stop the water bearer from going there. So, Pharaoh just made a request of 500 copper. This person is coming to buy copper, which is good, because we were almost out of money. Well, let's go fulfill the request. So, the most likely result of that request is that we will be granted bonus standing as well as food. Alright, so we're going to put down a bazaar. And keep extending the beautification out to kind of increase the desirability of the neighborhood. Okay, we have a fair number of unemployed people at this point. So, what we are going to do, I'm going to go out this way. We're going to get a village palace. And then next to the palace is going to be a personal mansion. Okay, so that should help the desirability. This trader who's covered by the copper will help finance our next step. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is actually build things to fill up this school. And they're having problems with some of the crappier huts near them. So we are going to plop down some beautifications. Our kingdom standing has climbed. Alright, so that should help increase the quality of the houses. For now, they're going to be locked behind pottery. So what we're going to do is start up that industry. We have enough people, so we're going to start it up in this area. Alright, so I'm going to put in a new storage yard. This storage yard is only going to accept pottery and a little bit of clay. Throw down more maintenance buildings. And now that we have a palace, we can throw down a tax collector. Also going to put down a physician as a preemptive move. Alrighty, let's just start laying down plazas, assuming we don't run out of money. Alright, so the bazaar down here is doing a piss poor job of distributing all the food, so we're going to make another one. And given our current setup, we're now going to hold a common festival. Alright, Pharaoh has requested more copper. We can definitely do that. So, there's a fire. Oh my. Oh boy. Well, that got out of control fast. Ah, yes. The fire marshal is not actually being filled in. Oh boy. I gotta build all that stuff again. supply and bazaar. Alright, so let's get the water supply back, because that seems really important. In fact, let's make a second one. Get the bazaar going again. Throw down some plaza. So the lack of water carrier is beginning to impact things as they shift up and down in quality. In fact, the next stage in this other area is to build a road to nowhere, and on nowhere to stick a water supply. Unfortunately, that will also mean building the other items as well. So what I'm going to do here is create a road-blocked area so that we can also create a bazaar over here. What that's going to do is the bazaar is going to seek out the food that's been stored, or in this case not stored, and begin to feed the extra people that are up here, upgrading their houses and allowing us to get a higher population. So, Pharaoh just requested a lot of gems, so we're going to do the gem expansion now. Slow the game way down. And we're going to get in on the gemstone game. Alright, we're going to take the gemstones off of this one since we don't need that anymore. Just going to plop down some more residences. And we're going to speed the game back up. So the bracket keys on your keyboard can speed up and slow down the game. I am not sure if we will make this gem request. We may end up having to bribe the Pharaoh slightly. Plop down some more temples. Alright, that should keep those houses relatively intact. Alright, archers. Let's get some archers going up here. And some archers going over here. And we'll stick Do you have enough space? We do have enough space. Alright, Pharaoh's requested some money. That we can definitely do. We are almost halfway to the gems. Okay. We are just over halfway now for the gems. We are forcibly increasing the desirability of the area, which is going to drive more people in. However, a large percentage of our desirability is still 100% dependent on our success. And our success is dependent on food, which we don't have a lot of right now. So we almost have enough. We'll be able to meet that request, which is good. Slowly concerned about our unemployment issues. However, I'm going to slap down. Okay, we can only have one recruiter. Interesting. Alright, Weaponsmiths it is. So this new storage yard will accept nothing but weapons. And we will build a weaponsmith over here. Alright, we have met Pharaoh's requests. We accidentally temporarily suppressed these houses. Oops. And now we're going to build them back up again. Alright, we still have a lot of unemployment. Let's hold a large festival. Who else can we trade with? They sell food. Might be useful. They buy papyrus. Nope. Alright. These people buy gems. So we're going to export anything over 800. And that'll help us meet any other crazy demands that might occur. Let's see here. So there's a trade route for flax importing. We could get beer if we needed to. We probably don't need to. Oh, that's not good. Where is that going? Oh, it's being delivered to the recruiter. I see.
People say that this city has plenty of food to go around.
Those people would be wrong. We do not have a lot of food. I will accept this gift. And now we do have a lot of food. That was easy. So I'm going to keep spending some money on the plaza. Usually I wouldn't do that in the areas that are essentially industrial complexes, but it helps with the desirability problems. Alright, so it looks like we have one full army, and we are getting our second. which is good. Hopefully that will be enough to deal with whatever nonsense is going to happen soon. People want more jobs. Okay then. We shall invent jobs. A bunch of temples. These pottery. So on. I am not sure where that's pointing to for the attack. Somewhere over here. Alright then. We'll move the army, so it's left click, left click. While your army is deployed, it should continue to receive people from the recruiter, if I remember correctly. But it takes until the people are there for that to happen, so this guy's probably just going to chill there for a bit. Alright, so there's the invaders. Alright. So now we're just going to tell them to return to the fort. I'm hoping that means that we can get some additional potters. And then we're going to throw another bazaar in, which, fingers crossed, should do well to help boost availability to everything. And it's jobs. Jobs are good. Alright, so that's brought us down to 11% unemployment. Excellent. That is substantially better. Oh. What the heck happened over here?
Everybody's friendly here. No one is reporting any crimes.
I can't find a job here. I will look elsewhere.
Ah, they're all leaving because they can't find jobs. Okay, so it's this area I gotta find some jobs for now. That shouldn't be too hard. Build a couple temples. Alright, so that dropped down to 7%. We are definitely going to want to import some chickpeas. Let's maintain 800. Yeah, we'll be good for that. So if we were to import flax, it's at 54 per unit, and we can sell beer. Can we... so we could go in and tell them not to buy beer. In theory. Alright, so still a little while longer before we should do anything. 4% unemployment.
Taxes are too high here. I'm surprised I wasn't taxed for leaving.
Apparently, they don't like the tax rate. Alright.
Taxes are too high here. I'm surprised I wasn't taxed for leaving.
One of these screens. So we're going to charge a little bit more than the kingdom, and that should draw people in. So now for the most part it's just a kingdom raiding game, waiting for that to go up. It's relatively easy to pump out enough houses to force the population up higher. I'm also going to get some infantry. Yes. Alright, so we have 3 archers and an infantry. Alright, so they're appearing in this top corner. So what we're going to do is we're going to move these guys first to here. Alright, so we're going to move them all into position, and hopefully that will be enough to take care of any troublemakers. Because they are physical combat, they are going to hurt our archers a bit. So basically these people got demoralized and went back. So they're going to take a bit to be okay again. Pharaoh requests money, no problem. Pharaoh, we got you. With a rich uncle you can always count on. The infantry is definitely where it's at. Let the archers pick off them while the infantry stands in front. Glorious. Alright. In theory, he should strike down the next person who attacks us. In practice, we'll see how that goes. Can I fit another one on the map? I cannot. Alright. Well, we can have a catch-all storage yard for gems and copper and weapons. Alright, the year must have switched over. They haven't bought anything yet, which is good. So that means we have a lot to export. Oh, we can also export shields now. So we have a lot. So when we have over 10, we're going to export them. You can see our infantry being built up here, as well as the archers. The archers apparently get built up after the infantry. Almost said inventory. Alright, so our kingdom rating is slowly climbing. I also saw that warning about water, so we are going to get a couple more water people going. Two sets of maintenance buildings should still be enough for this small area, although these little outcroppings here and there might be a problem later. Another granary. Alright then. So when Pharaoh goes to offer up the stuff again, should fill that granary. Okay, so now Pharaoh wants 1,500 copper. We have 1,200 in storage. 1,300 in storage. Let's take a look at the trading menu. These guys have not purchased anywhere near their maximum amount of copper. Okay, so we are going to have to adjust this. Oh, only need 15. Alright, so that'll stop them from buying it until we can build it up again. Hold another one of those festivals. Still have 13% unemployment, but we're working on it. So the gods are vowing to protect anyone that we send out, but there is nowhere to send our soldiers, so that's not going to do anything. Okay, so the hard part about this is I'm not sure if it's here or over here. So what we are going to do is we're going to deploy one army to each side. Oh, no, okay, we're good. Well, we're not good. But so this is going to hurt a lot. Okay, so that didn't completely obliterate all of our industry. So now we can go back over here, decrease this back down to 600. Put the devastated things back in. Oh, it's on the corner here. Oh. We had a juggling booth here. I wonder if I can extend it and convince it that it wants to be a bandstand. Nope. That should let me do it though. Yep. Our kingdom standing is getting so very close. It's rather unfortunate we can only have one recruiter. This is a rather slow process trying to fill in all of these forts. We do have a good food supply though. It looks like 3 of them is enough to supply the city. More or less. We may have to end up buying a little bit here and there. Yes, we're supposed to be importing to maintain some chickpeas. Yeah, so he's offering to protect soldiers going to far-off battles again, but we're not sending anyone to far-off battles. Just to get 70? Alright, so it looks like if the pattern holds true, after the next event, whatever he asks for, that will be the kingdom rating. And then we just have to get a little bit under 200 people. 120 people. Which is not much. We could start importing beer and get it relatively quickly. I should probably prep a storage yard for that. Alright, let's keep placing plazas down. Anything that can be plaza'd. So we have 3 water walkers and they are still not able to do this loop. That is sad. Alright, so that's the 2 companies of infantry. Now they're going to hopefully start filling back in the archers. Alright, so what are we going to do about our overpopulation, lack of jobs problem? Well, let's connect that up. Throw down an apothecary. Move the roadblock. Temples are always good. into it. Storage yards are good too. Let's have this one accept beer and pottery up to half the yard. So hopefully one nice thing is if all the excess pottery starts going to this other location, then the person who walks around to get all the pottery won't have to walk as far. It's also a nice little spot for a small statue. Let's do that one. So I think I'm going to try to bribe my way with cheetahs. Now it'll cost a lot of the family money, but it might end the scenario sooner. Ooh, these guys are massively upgrading. That is going to pull a lot of people in. Which long term might be a problem. Okay, so now we have him back on our side, going to strike down anybody who tries to invade the city. Which is what we want. Alright, so our kingdom rating has been massively increased. We are good for everything except population, which we might actually be pretty close to once all these people get in. Okay, so we are going to build a mini section. So we should be really close. It might take a month or two after we achieve everything for it to show up, but we are not too far away. $40 more people. Which it more than looks are coming in. Alright, that is perfect. Oh, we're going down, the stuff's changing up there again. That area is hard to control. Okay, so that's too wide, so let's stick some medium statues there. Oh boy. Okay, so that collapsed. So what we're going to do is we're going to start sticking some more of these maintenance buildings over here, in the hope that that is enough. Oops. Sorry, people whose jobs I just destroyed. We will have to get back to you momentarily. Alright. Turn this back up again. So what I've realized is that in order to trade in the chickpeas, I need one of these storage yards to actually accept chickpeas. So that one will be accepting the chickpeas, which will bring in 800. We're still good on the culture and on the prosperity front. We are just working on population at this point. Victory. Alright, so we completed that.
Pharaoh applauds
Thank you everyone for joining me today as we worked our way through Timna. We managed to do it in 91 months and a score of 7994. So not too bad. It would have gone a little bit faster if we hadn't had the buildings destroyed, but overall I think it was pretty well. So I will see everybody next time. Thanks, bye.